How to Become a Vampire, the Edgar Markov story. In the age before creatures looked like Victoria's Secret fashion show models, and before vampires looked like those characters from Twilight, there was a man who sought salvation for his family and for himself. A man who wanted to cheat death. This man is Edgar Markov. Famine devoured Innistrad. Villages starved, so did its people. Edgar, once a noble alchemist, watched his bloodline wither. Desperation drove him beyond reason. Survival compelled him to turn to the arms of forbidden power, lurking in the shadows. And from the shadows, a demon named Shelgengar offered him the solution. A cure for mortality and hunger. A chalice filled with corrupted blood. The demon offered blood magic. Edgar listened to the whispers of the demon, and he obeyed. But there was one more requirement for this blood ritual. With the help of his followers, Edgar captured an angel because they need her for the ritual they were about to perform. Shelgengar provided the blood magic, infusing the ritual with demonic energy. Edgar performed the ritual himself. He used both the angelic essence and demonic essence. When Edgar fused those two opposing essences within himself, they didn't balance. They warred within him. Edgar's flesh became the battlefield of light and dark. When the screaming stopped, a new creature stood. He was pale, he was eternal, and he was starving. Vampirism was born. Edgar became the first vampire. Edgar was cursed with eternal life paired with immortal hunger. But was it really a curse? Edgar didn't think so. He wanted to bless his family with the same achievement. So he turned his kin, his servants, and even his grandson Sorin, forging the first bloodline of vampires. But immortality doesn't stay noble for long, nor does it stay fun for long. Centuries of feeding, corruption, and loss eroded any illusion of purity and dominance. Edgar had become cold, detached, and vain, treating humanity like cattle and his people the next step to evolution. But his immortality got boring. The godfather of all vampires of Innistrad decided to retreat into one long sleep inside a silver coffin because he was bored. But the reality was, Edgar retreated into a long sleep because the world he dominated started to crumble and decay. Too much vampirism ruined the balance of their world. His ego couldn't stand the problems he caused, so he chose to close his eyes, to go to sleep and just avoid the problems he had caused. But to sleep, until when? Well, that's another story for another video. If you made it this far, hit that follow button for more stories like this. Moshi Moshi, I'm Danny, and it's Christmas. So I'm gonna open 4 Mystery Booster 2-packs while begging you guys to subscribe to my channel. You see me here crack open MB 2-packs, but I am not a pack opening channel. I am not that rich to keep buying MTG packs like those MTG whales from big channels and deeper pockets asking you to subscribe just because they pulled the serialized Edgar Markov after cracking open 3 collector booster boxes of Innistrad Remastered. Wow, that's a mouthful. Sadly, I don't have that type of funds, but I still do hope you subscribe for the love of all MTG cards ever printed because I am simply a lore channel for MTG cards. My goal for this lore channel is to make a vast library of videos explaining the lore of each single MTG cards, or at least explain how the lore of the cards relate to the game. Yep, you heard that right. I want to make a lore video for each single MTG cards that I own now, or will own in the future, or you guys own. If ever you decide to subscribe and suggest me your own personal interesting card to study about. And bruh, that's a lot of cards to work with. I don't mind. I am gonna be that drunk uncle during family get-togethers, full of stories and annoying conspiracy theories that you still love to listen to. There's already the Lorebrarian and Ristic studies for this, right? Nah, those guys focus on the bigger lore and stories surrounding MTG. They're much bigger nerds than I. They serve you hours and hours of videos. I can only serve you under 3-minute videos. So if you need a short MTG lore video, subscribe to this channel. By the way, I did research and according to my reliable source, Google, There's about 100 to 120 billion cards printed by wotc. WTF, that's a lot of cards. I am not gonna buy all of them, but maybe with your help, we might be able to buy most of these cards and make lore videos for each and every single MTG card. I think this is the perfect work to share with people that love MTG cards like I do, and to keep me distracted from ever feeling that dreaded anxiety and hiding depression. But yes, mostly I will make these videos to share to you guys that are awesome like me, who are MTG fans like myself. And I will keep making all of these lore videos until YouTube deletes itself. So my friends, since it's Christmas, I hope you find the heart to subscribe. Love you. This is the card Avacyn, Angel of Hope. Let me tell you her tragic story. Humanity in Innistrad is slowly being killed off by vampires, werewolves, and demons. Sorin Markov, a powerful vampire, saw humanity struggle and understood this imbalance and its impact on the bigger world. He knew he needed to do something, even though doing something meant going against his king. Sorin created a protector for the bullied mortals. Sorin Markov created an angel. Avacyn the Archangel was born. Avacyn was crafted to preserve the fragile balance between humans and the horrors of Innistrad. The people no longer feared. They now have hopes for survival. The people revered Avacyn so much they created a religious order around her greatness. Little did people know where Avacyn came from. It would be a great surprise for them if they discovered that a vampire created their highly revered savior. Avacyn was the perfect protector and the perfect daughter. But the perfect daughter had cracks in her design. While battling a strong demon named Grizzlebrand, Avacyn was struck by the demon's spear that the spear started to bind the demon's essence to Avacyn's. The demon was too strong, so Sorin was forced to seal both the demon and Avacyn inside a powerful prison. But this also meant sealing Avacyn inside the prison, where she was still stuck on the demon's spear. Thus, Avacyn remained sealed for years. Her absence caused Innistrad to crumble into chaos. When the prison seal was finally broken, and Avacyn finally emerged, the world she was meant to protect no longer was the same. The worst for Avacyn, a much more powerful creature appeared in Innistrad. Emrakul, the cosmic horror, has arrived. Emrakul's influence invaded Avacyn, corrupting her mind and her heart. Corrupted Avacyn no longer sought to protect humanity. The Angel of Hope had become the Angel of Terror, turning her blazing wings against the very people she once saved. Sorin saw what happened to Avacyn. He was hurt to see his daughter hurt humanity. Sorin has to make the impossible choice. To save Innistrad from her wrath, he needs to end Avacyn. Their final clash took place inside a cathedral. Sorin tried to reason with his daughter. She was already lost. Emrakul's corruption was way too strong. Sorin, exhausted and bleeding, lifted his hand, his dark magic concentrated, and whispered, "Forgive me." Avacyn froze, not in fear, but in a strange, quiet surrender. For a moment, her voice softened. "Father, why?" Sorin's spell struck, unraveling the divine magic that held her together. Avacyn shattered in a burst of white silver fragments, drifting like dying embers. And Sorin stood alone, mourning the perfect daughter he created. Avacyn was no more. Okay, I'm riding the Avatar MTG bandwagon, but for anything else, listen to this. Oh, that sounded so good. I sounded like I hated Avatar. I don't. I'm a big fan. The first Avatar, not the Korra Avatar, not the movie Avatar, M. Night Shyamalan, and maybe a little bit of the Netflix Avatar. So, I decided to just buy the pack just to ride the bandwagon of MTG Avatar. Avatar The Last Airbender is one of those shows made for kids. I know, I understand that, but the story told is really good, especially during the second and third season. But yeah, Avatar The Last Airbender is a beloved show that will be recycled through movies, TV shows, and even playing cards like Magic the Gathering. Oh look, it's Secret Tunnel! But for my part, the only cards I want would be the Iroh cards. My favorite character obviously is Uncle Iroh. Okay, so hoping to pull something cool that is Uncle Iroh. It would be nice if it's like the lesson Uncle Iroh's. Here we go. What the... Whoa! 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 Bro. Standard bearer in the history of flag bearers. Sometimes, when we sing songs of great battles, we just sing songs about great warriors. What about those others, the side characters that helped the great warriors win the war? Are their songs not worth singing? This is my standard bearer MTG card. Let me tell you the story about this card. In Magic the Gathering, the standard bearer is depicted as a lone female soldier standing tall, holding tight a massive white banner that rises behind her as arrows rain down on her. She's not armored like a frontline warrior as you guys can see here. Instead, she's simply lightly dressed, focused, composed, and completely fearless. The art shows her planted firmly in the chaos of raining arrows, the banner raised high as a signal for her allies behind her. Her whole design tells you exactly what she is, a symbol of the heart of the formation for her allies, and of course, a big target for the enemies. Her flavor text reads, "The standard was a rallying point for the army and a target for the enemy." And actually, this text is not fantasy. Historically, during the ancient times, standard bearers were important people in real-world warfare. From the Romans to the medieval times, these bannermen are the soldiers responsible for holding the flag for their army. In ancient warfare, the main function of a flag bearer was to serve as the visual anchor and communication point for the entire army. Lose sight of the banner and the army could fall into confusion, which can mean loss in war. They direct everyone in their army, but at the same time, they are also a visible target for the enemy to shoot down. Magic captures that issue for the standard bearer perfectly. In-game, any spell or ability your opponent wants to use on your creatures has to target the standard bearer instead. She pulls every spell away from your important pieces. She's literally like taking the hit, so your strategy can win in-game. And that's why this card is good. For only 2 mana, she can shut down targeted removal, disrupts combat tricks, and forces your opponent to waste resources. She may be standing alone in the battlefield, but that banner? It protects everything behind it. You don't have to be the greatest warrior to win a battle. Sometimes, the simplest task for a side character is the greatest strategy to win the war. In the beginning, there was a choice. The first choice, White Wizard. The White Wizard who was tasked to guide all creatures and all good. A White Wizard who wants to help fulfill the wills of Eru and Vitar. This choice was just. And the other was simple and easy. It was the dark side of the Force. Oh wait, there's a different mythology. Alright, before you guys judge me of being too much nerd, the reason why I got this box is I really like the artwork. I got this on a sale actually. I don't know what's happening with the boxes right now. And it's not resealed. No funny business happening here. So let's open this up. It sounds so good. So actually the choice I was talking about earlier is between this or Gandalf in the Pelennor Fields. That artwork is also beautiful, but you know, I'm a nerd, I'm a boy, I'm a man. This looks cool. Look at that. Bruh, that is so beautiful. Oh my god, I'm such a nerd. I want to show what's inside there. Let's nerd out. This is the playing card of the same picture of this one. Right? These are the cards, but this one, since I already have the picture card here, I'm not gonna open this. I'm gonna keep this as part of my collection. This will never be opened. Promise. Oh my god. I'm such a nerd. Having them on your hand physically, either by art or toy. In my case, it's art. That's the feeling I have for this product. I've read the books, seen the movies countless times. I love the movies, and having this physical thing with me makes me really feel alive. Maybe you guys can see the artwork because it's so glimmery and shiny because of the card sleeve, but it should look something like this. Before I go see my dentist, I've become Gollum. Alright, so among these three, I have a feeling I want to open the one in the middle. I don't know, it feels so thick. This one feels thicker. I don't know what's up with this pack here. This feels thinner. No, actually, this one feels thinner. This feels thick, and this feels thicker. So, I don't know what's up. Let's open the pack with... I hope I have like a weighing scale here so I can weigh them, because that's what some people are doing. Like for Pokemon packs, if they weigh an old pack, if it's heavier than the average weight, something is inside it. Hollow, maybe. It says here there are 12 cards, so we'll see what's inside this. Again, I'm trying to complete the members of the Fellowship, especially Legolas and Boromir. Anyway, let's go. Ooh, that looks cool. I like the artwork on this. What up? Land. What up? Next card. I already have this. Yeah, you win. Oh, it's an orc card. Alright. Remember my Nazgul pool last time? Oh, Nazgul! Yeah! Nazgul! Yeah! This is the ultimate pool! Nazgul! My obsession for Lord of the Rings really doesn't come from the fact that I am a nerd. My precious! Or the fact that everybody loves Lord of the Rings. I fell in love with Lord of the Rings way before I realized how big Lord of the Rings was. My experience with Lord of the Rings goes something like this. When the movies came out, all my classmates went to see the movie. Me, I was just, I guess, studying. Didn't really have enough cash to go see the movie myself. My budget was just enough for me to go to school, do some work, buy some stuff. So my friends saw it, they were all talking about it, and I was just left out. 2 or 3 years passed, and then I got the books. I read the books. After that, I saw the movies, and I'm like, wow. Anyway, here we go again. Still hunting for Legolas, still hunting for Boromir, so I can I see something shiny. Here we go. Oh, it's Gandalf escaping from Orthanc. Isolation of Orthanc. It's like a scene. Bruh. Oh! It's the ring. I'm close to the ring. Yeah, sure, whatever. I'll take this. The pack is good. Legolas! Oh! Looks like Asian. Oh! You've been a very bad boy. Oh! It's that scene between Gimli and Legolas trying to outdo each other. Bro, it's so cool. Wow, this pack is so lucky. Legolas and then Gimli. Boromir is the only card I need right now. I'm just gonna buy Boromir online. Elrond? Bro, I already have this. And I think it's a foil. Wait, what? Sure, Gandalf too. Gold and foil, but... Fuck! Bro! Bro. In the mythology of the Middle-earth, there were 5 wizards or Istaris sent to help inspire, give courage, and give mentorship to those who were opposing the powers of Sauron. Each wizard represented different colors. One represented white, the other represented gray, the third represented brown, and 2 of them both represented blue. White represented purity and power. Gray represented balance and humility. Brown represented nature and earthiness, and the blue represented knowledge and exploration. The different wizards were named Saruman the White, Gandalf the Grey, Radagast the Brown, and the 2 other blue wizards, Gandalf the Grey. So why is he named Gandalf the White on this card? Of the 5 wizards, Saruman was supposed to be the wisest. He was supposed to be the leader of the Istari, or the old man wizards of Middle-earth. However, he betrayed his mission. Gandalf, upon defeating the Balrog and then dying and then sent back to life by the Valars, Gandalf was promoted from Gandalf the Grey to Gandalf the White, him becoming the head or the leaders of the Istari, and this guy demoted to nothingness. Saruman became corrupted. He wanted power and he wanted to dominate. He actually wanted the ring for himself, and even going as far and trying to recruit Gandalf to his side, take the power for themselves. But Gandalf was better. Saruman failed his mission. He shall not pass. Magic is a game where many players are always itching to cast tons of colorful and powerful spells. What if I told you a magic card is created to punish trigger-happy magic players? This is the card Stand Still. In the world of Magic the Gathering, few cards capture the wisdom of patience quite like Stand Still. Its very artwork and flavor hint at 2 forces staring down at each other, neither party is willing to blink first. What is the card lore behind this enchantment? Stand Still represents a tense magical stalemate, where the smallest action by one player could unleash uncontrollable power for the other. That a player doing less to nothing with what he already has might actually win the battle. So this card, Stand Still, is beautifully simple and evil at the same time in the hands of a capable wizard. You cast it, and then you sit back, relax while your opponent stresses on whether or not they cast a spell. Because the moment any player casts a spell, Stand Still's ability triggers. The other player is rewarded with 3 cards. In Magic, drawing cards strengthens your position, your play, and your strategy. This is what makes Stand Still awesome. Your opponent is forced into 2 choices. A. Not cast a spell, stand still, play what's on the board and risk losing the game right there and then. Or B. Break the peace treaty laid out by this card and reward the opponent 3 cards, which can mean a win or simply a big advantage for the opponent. This is what makes Stand Still a good card. It flips the sometimes trigger-happy pace of the game, forcing players to think, reconsider, and evaluate and think some more before generously casting extravagant spells in the battlefield. Stand Still reminds discipline. It rewards strategy. It turns silence into a weapon, or frustration if you are on the other side having to deal with this card. And in a game full of explosive spells, posh cards, and flamboyant playstyles, Stand Still reminds us that sometimes the most powerful move is to just be standing still and wait for that opportune moment to do nothing until that opportune moment comes. And honestly, it feels a lot like real life. Sometimes the smartest thing we can do is absolutely to just stand still. Before anything else, I want you guys to listen to this. Oh, that sounds so good. Anyway, here we go. Remove the token and do the pack trick, so keep the surprise for you and for myself too. First card, it's your mom. Second card, it's your dad when he's hungry. Third card, it's a hungry dog. Cemetery for me and a fisherman. A hot forest chick with an owl. A dog with rabies. My dragon. Casper the drunkard ghost. You when we take away your phone. Your ex-girlfriend chasing you. And finally, the token card. Now we can see the good cards in this pack. I'm also trying to collect cards that is referenced by Dota 2. Another favorite game of mine. Next card. I already have this. Sorry, I can't be noisy because there's people sleeping up there, down there, and on this side of my room. I'm recording this video late at night, so I can't make any noise. But oh my god! Oh my god! Oh! What? Non-foil? Foil. What the hell? What the hell? Whoa. Okay. I love this, but whoa. This. Bro. I don't know. Lucky. Bruh. These are my two copies of Snapcaster Mage. One normal and then one foil. But look at the face of the card. For those who are familiar with the card design, this doesn't look like magic at all. But I like it. I see my image on this magic card. I love it so much. Let me tell you the story of how this Asian guy got on this piece of cardboard. Once upon a time, a pro MTG player named Chago-chan won a game tournament where the prize wasn't money or a trophy, but something far mouth-watering for any MTG player: the right to design your own magic card. Imagine winning a competition and being told, "Congratulations! You get to become an MTG cardboard." That's basically what happened with our friend Tiago. So, Tiago became a Snapcaster Mage, a creature whose special ability is basically, "Hey, you know that spell you already used and is in the graveyard? Wanna use it again? Here's this Asian Snapcaster Mage that can make you use that spell again." Having this ability as a player is a strong play, so many people wanted to have a copy of this card. When it came time to illustrate the card, Wizards of the Coast could have just drawn some generic old wizard Caucasian dude. But they said, nah, let's just use Tiago's actual face. And boom! The promo card Snapcaster Mage was born. Half pro player, half spell slinger, 100% meme legend. Before memeing became popular. This card blew up. Every player wanted one. Not just because it was a strong card, which it really is a good card, but because owning it felt like being a part of an inside joke shared across the entire community of Magic the Gathering. It became a collectible symbol of power, nostalgia, and Wizards of the Coast's willingness to do something cool for its players and community. There are other MTG cards that also feature face of real people, but I am only talking about this card because I see Asian face, I am Asian, and this makes me happy. And that, my friend, is why I have this with me, despite being offered money for these two cards. These two cards, they're not for selling. It's that time of the week again, but before anything else, listen to this. Oh yeah, that sounds so cool. First card is your neighbor woman trying to threaten to cut your pee-pee. Second is you trying to defend your pee-pee from being cut. Third card is some Japanese 18 plus tentacle thingy. A $1 island. Your missing testicle. If you want this, just call me back. Katniss Everdeen from Temu. Kidding, I actually used this card. Oh look, it's your mom looking for you, begging for you to change your underwear. It's that worm living in your brain rent-free. Men being men when they're drunk, destroying things. I'm not gonna make fun of this card. I love this card. I have this in my deck. That one uncle we have to restrain every time he's drunk because he always causes scenes. And the token card. Now it's time to see the valuable cards in this pack. Are you ready? I am ready. Let's go. A pack of angry dogs. I actually like this card. It's a very useful card. Wow! Whoa! 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 Emrakul. These other two last cards are already meaningless. I already got Emrakul. Alright, alright. Yeah. From this pack, the pool is Emrakul. I know I said I'm not gonna open this one, but now I now have a binder, and now this binder is gonna contain all the cards I'm trying to collect. Time to unleash the monster. There we go. I know you guys know that already, but that sounds so good. Oh yeah. Are you foil? Oh, they're foil. They are foil. I know this is valuable. I'm not sure about the other cards. I'll show you the prices of this card. Alright, now I want to show you guys how beautiful the cards are, or how beautiful the display is. Sorry, I'm a nerd, but this is very beautiful for me. And last one. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Amazing.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Now I'm gonna put the other cards in the binder, and I'm gonna show you the end result of my binder later when I'm done. Here we go. I want you guys to look at this. Yeah. The three cards up top are Sauron. Of course, below would be the Nazgul. This is the Nazgul page. This is the ring page. As you can see, this is the most expensive card here. And then this is the fellowship page. I'm still missing Mr. Boromir here. This is Bilbo's birthday party page. There are two valuable cards here. The one up top in the middle, and of course the delighted halfling in the middle on the right side. This page I call Concerning the Hobbits because I'm showing here the culture of the hobbits. They love their food, they love their shire, and of course they are all good workers of their land. I call this the Galadriel page because anything related to Galadriel is here, including lambas bread. I call this page the Fate of the Ring because everybody on this page desire the ring for themselves or for their master. This is the Gandalf page. I don't need to explain anything, but if you would look at the top card, the middle card, and the bottom card, if you know the story of the Lord of the Rings, then you'd understand that page. This is the Frodo's luck page. As you can see, it's everything about Frodo and what happened to him. And this is the Rohirrim page. This is the page that shows how the Rohirrim fought against the bad guys. But I'm missing two cards. Theoden and Eomer. Maybe I'm gonna pick them up later on. And of course, I have the map of the Middle Earth. Isn't that cool? Bro, it's cool. It's pretty cool. The MTG Final Fantasy Starter Kit is a surprisingly polished crossover product, blending the familiar feel of Magic with the energy, lore, and iconic characters from Final Fantasy. Designed for beginners and fans of both franchises, it delivers a fast, flavorful, and visually exciting experience. The cards are easy to understand, the mechanics feel thematic, and the decks are ready to play straight out of the box. I especially like this Sephiroth deck. It plays cool. And the Cloud deck, it's not also that bad. This MTG Starter Kit has everything needed by beginner players, casual players, or I think even veteran players. And this box comes with two theme decks, one for Sephiroth and one for Cloud. For the Sephiroth deck, it plays slower and more methodical, leaning into control, removal, and powerful finishing plays. It feels sinister in all the right ways, grinding opponents down and building towards explosive turns that mirrors Sephiroth's overwhelming presence. Perfect for players who enjoy patience, board control, and late-game dominance. Some creature and card interactions feel a little bit meh for me, so I changed those creatures and cards with zombie cards and decks to further play with this deck's ability to play with the graveyard. The Cloud deck, meanwhile, is aggressive, heroic, and momentum-driven. It focuses on buffing Cloud and other party-style creatures, attacking in strong waves and pushing tempo with spells that mirror Cloud's Limit Break style. It rewards players who like these fast turns, decisive combats, and proactive strategies. It's excellent starter deck for players who enjoy attacking early and then, often, threaten the opponent with a lot of token cards. The Cloud deck is somewhat of a Voltron deck, so I remove some cards and change it with other equipment cards, plus I also remove some creature cards and change it with creature cards that can summon me much better token cards. That would complement Cloud and the other equipment cards in this deck. Both decks are flavorful, well-balanced, and great for new players to enjoy. On the plane of Innistrad, ghosts, spirits, and apparitions are everywhere. And while some spirits linger out of sorrow, one stays because of intense hate. Dorothea is her name, and she stayed long for reasons far stronger than just existing, to seek vengeance against the person who killed her. And Dorothea, the vengeful victim, succeeded in doing so. Dorothea was once a gentle Thraben maiden, known for her devotion to the cathedral and her kindness to everyone who walked its halls. But her life was stolen by a cruel and violent circumstance. When justice failed her, Dorothea rose again, cold, silent, and burning with hell's fury. This tragic story is exactly what Discard Dorothea, Vengeful Victim, represents. Her ability text reads, Flying. When Dorothea attacks or blocks, sacrifice it at the end of combat. What that means is, when she first enters the battlefield, she's a fragile 4/4 flyer for only 2 mana. Powerful but temporary, just like her fleeting apparition. She can attack the opponent or block an opponent's attack. And after 1 strike or 1 block, her spirit slips away. She'd be going straight to the graveyard. But remember, her name is Vengeful Victim. So, this Dorothea card mirrors her lore. She comes back to haunt the opponent that caused her death. Dorothea doesn't really leave for good. She turns as Dorothea's Retribution, an enchantment aura for another creature in the battlefield. This is when the Vengeful Victim haunts. Whenever the enchanted creature attacks, a 4/4 white spirit creature token with flying is created. And that's tapped and attacking, ready to attack the opponent that put Dorothea in the graveyard. And after this attack, the spirit goes back to the graveyard, only to be summoned again when the enchanted creature attacks again. It's a game mechanic that reflects Dorothea's lore. Dorothea goes to the graveyard either from blocking or attacking. Then, her ghost keeps fighting through your other creatures, turning every declared action into an echo of her vengeance via this spirit token. However, if the opponent manages to solve Dorothea's Retribution and sends it to the graveyard, the card is instead exiled. Dorothea's spirit is exiled from the battlefield and graveyard, never to be seen again. But for those familiar with the sorcery of Innistrad, or the vast powers from other planes, Dorothea's banishment is not really permanent. In Innistrad, nothing stays dead. In Innistrad, nothing remains exiled. Death is just the beginning. Exile is just another way. Dorothea will come back to haunt once again. Bro, that sounds good all the time. Anyway, dear Wizard, I want you to look at this, hear my complaint. Bro, Wizard, look at this! Is there like a quality control in packing of cards? This is like the 4th or 5th time wherein I got cards with like dents on them. Bruh. Anyway, I'm back on the plane of Innistrad, and I really hope I get a Sorin card or a Jasala card to complete my Innistrad collection cards. So here we go. Let's see if this pack contains some sort of luck for me. Oh look, it's a morning time that is quite rare in Innistrad. A siege wagon ordered from Temu. You, when your toilet bowl decided to eat you 3 AM in the morning. Your debt collectors trying to go through your window asking for their money back. A giant worm residing inside your intestines. Your mom challenging you to an arm wrestling? You reaching out on your mom for her arm wrestling challenge? Your mom celebrating after her GG easy win against you? Alright, the token cards. Let's see the good cards behind this. Bro, I already have this. Bro, it's the Meat Hook Massacre. Oh my god, I'm so lucky. Bro, this pack is so cool. Yo, let's go, let's go! In the murky wilds of Innistrad, most humans rely on religious beliefs, spokes, and silver for protection. However, there's one that doesn't rely on any deity or archangel, but instead relies on the power of nature. The Hiveheart Shaman is one of these types who rejects the religions and instead embraces the raw power of nature. He listens to the heartbeat of land itself, calling upon insects to rise and defend their forest home. Hiveheart Shaman is a green creature, human shaman with a mana cost of 3 manas of any color and 1 green mana. It's printed in Innistrad Crimson Vow and then reprinted in Innistrad Double Feature. The ability text reads, whenever it attacks, you may search your library for a basic land that doesn't share a land type you control and put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. And in addition, for 5 mana of any color and 1 green mana, create a 1/1 green insect token and put X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the number of basic land types you control. Its power and toughness are 3, 5 respectively. And the art is by Eric Deschamps, which depicts a nature-attuned shaman communing with the forest insects, channeling primal energy as glowing insects swirl at their feet amidst mossy trees. This shaman's magic is tied to the diversity of the land. Each new terrain he works with strengthens the insects. When the shaman attacks, the land answers, sending forth new basic land types to fuel his growing hive. And when danger draws near, he summons insect tokens, each buffed up by the number of different land types he controls. Again, the shaman drawing power from the land. Not gods, not demons, not angels, or not even planeswalkers. Innistrad is a world filled with powerful creatures relying on either angelic, demonic, or primal powers. But the Hiveheart Shaman? He proves that even the smallest creatures can rise as a force of nature. That there is also power in working with the land. That maybe it's also wise for these angels, demons, and primal creatures to fear the weakling humans in their relationship with the land. After many months, OMG, 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 I got a pack. But before anything else, listen to this first. It sounds good, I swear. Oh yeah, that sounds so good. Anyway, I'm still collecting the members of the fellowship and I hope this pack will contain all the cards that I will need. Here we go. I really feel good about this pack, so... Oh! It's Gollum! It's Gollum! It's that part where he was biting off Frodo's finger. Cool! So I'm really just trying to collect all the notable characters and scenes from the Lord of the Rings, especially the Peter Jackson movie Lord of the Rings. So I really like this card. Especially this card. Wow! It's the Soothing of Smeagol. That is so cool. Of course, I'm not being oblivious to the fact that pricey cards are good to have, but right now I just really want to have notable characters and notable scenes from the Lord of the Rings so I can make my dream LOTR MTG storybook. Okay, time to check the valuable cards here. Bro, it's a delighted halfling. Sure, I'm gonna get it. Bruh, this is nice. Oh, in a peregrine... Oh, it's Boromir! Boromir! I got it! I got Boromir! Okay. First, this is the pricey card. But this pack gave me so good cards that can help me complete my storybook. Especially this card. I didn't expect this card to really exist. Alright, from the packs I got from my shop, I was able to complete my fellowship. I got this card from the pack. Even though this is not a creature card, this is still Boromir. Yeah, so now I have all the fellowship from Gimli, Aragorn, Legolas, Frodo, Gandalf, Samwise, Merry, Pippin, and Mr. Boromir here. And of course, besides getting Boromir, I was able to also get this card. To be quite honest, I didn't know that this card existed. Originally, this page looked like this. I didn't know if this card existed. I kinda hope that this card existed. And it does exist, so now, yay. Third, the page of what happened to Frodo in the story of Lord of the Rings. Nice! This is my card, the Ecstatic Awakener. It's a black color, 1 mana creature. It's a human wizard card with something good to offer at the price of sacrifice. It's legal in most formats except for Standard, Alchemy, and Penny. His ability reads, at the cost of 2 mana and 1 black mana, sacrifice another creature. Draw a card, then transform this creature. Activate only once each turn. Its flavor text reads,
Great Ormendal, I kneel before you, a fragment of your will, a servant of your tyranny. I beg you, release the strength within me.
What strength's being called forth? Transformation into this monstrosity. On this unforgiving world of Innistrad, there are those that consult with darkness, and then there are those who are nothing but lambs, a sacrificial offering to the darkness. The Ecstatic Awakener was once an academic like me. His thirst for knowledge brought him somewhere far and forbidden. He started studying forbidden text, and as he read deeper, the text started whispering back. He embraced the dark whispers. He traveled from village to village, preaching about the awakening of power. He gathered followers, people who were desperate for protection. At the safety of the Dark Knight, the Awakener offered these followers a choice. Become part of the ritual and enjoy this awakening of truth and power. And so, the Ecstatic Awakener sacrificed his followers. This grim devotion and ritual is reflected directly on this card's abilities. The Awakener sacrifices another creature. The benefits are A. It lets you draw a card, symbolizing forbidden knowledge gained through sacrifice. And B. To complete this ritual, the Awakener transforms into the Awoken Demon, a towering 4/4 monster that announces his full ascension, the truth and the power promised by the Awakener. Its flavor text reads,
Bones cracked, flesh split apart, and the screams of euphoric agony gave way to unholy laughter.
In terms of interaction, the Ecstatic Awakener card can become more dangerous if paired with good cards. Pair him with cards where if sacrificed gains you tokens, then that's a good interaction. You can even use this with cards like Village Rise to draw extra cards before the demon even emerges. Or cards like Jadar, Ghoul Caller of Nephalia, Siege Zombie, or token makers from Midnight Hunt supplies endless disposable bodies to fuel these cards' hunger for sacrifice. And that's the Ecstatic Awakener, a perfect card in the world of Innistrad, full of creatures that dabble with dark ancient knowledge that are quite dangerous. You gotta listen to this first. Please listen. Oh, packs open sounds so good. Okay. Here we go. Good card. And Smoldering Werewolf. If I'm gonna get something awesome here, I'm gonna be very hot like a smoldering wolf. No, doesn't work. Meh. Abilities that can help your zombie creatures. I think I know this one. Look, there's like a triangle. The triangle means this has something at the back. And look at this. The dead horse becomes a zombie horse. Oh, I got a dog. Sorry, but I'm not a dog person. Yeah, I hope I get it here. Hi. That's how some people look like if they have forgotten to eat their breakfast. Alright, now the other cards are the rare cards. I think I made a mistake. I think I pulled 5 cards from the bottom. Maybe the first card is a common card. Oh, it's not! Oh! Archghoul of Thraben. What's this? It's nothing. It's an uncommon card, but it's beautiful. Bruh. Alright, now, the rare and mythic cards behind this beautiful Archghoul card. First card, it's gonna be... I wonder what this is. Oh, Hullbreaker Horror. I already got this in its borderless form, but this actually looks fun. Next, rare. Maybe mythic card? It's bordered. Oh! Grizzlebrand. Sure. Why not? Powerful card, I think. I have 2 more. Fuck. Oh, what's this? That's nice. And last one. I hope it's cool. I hope it's cool. Please be cool. Please be cool. Please be cool. Please be cool. Oh! Oh! Yeah! Oh! Yeah! Let's go. This is the card, Restoration Angel. From this card, one can see the many ideas about the angels of Magic the Gathering. Grace, power, and sprinkled with mysticism and mystery. With her sudden shimmering arrival and game-changing rescue describing her ability, she symbolizes the protective brilliance angels bring to the battlefield. This is just one of the many pretty angels of MTG. Magic the Gathering has many iconic creature types, but none capture the imagination quite like angels. I was already salivating as a high schooler the first time I saw an MTG card. It's this card, by the way. From radiant protectors to terrifying divine weapons, angel cards blended elegance, power, and storytelling in a manner one could spend hours and hours reading about them. The exact reason why I am trying to collect the Angel Sisters of Innistrad. Across MTG's history, angels have appeared in countless forms, each set bringing new interpretations of justice, fury, and heavenly design. On Serra's realm, angels like Serra Angel define the classic look: wings of light, armor of hope, and a vigilance that never sleeps. On Innistrad, angels take a darker twist with cards like Avacyn, Angel of Hope, Bruna, Light of Alabaster, and the corrupted Archangel Avacyn, blending gothic horror with divine wrath. Zendikar gives us fierce guardians like Linvala, Keeper of Silence, while New Capenna turns angels into stylish, Halo-infused mob bosses like Kiada, Font of Hope. Angel cards often explore themes of protection, judgment, sacrifice, and divinity, but also corruption, redemption, and the cost of power. Their artwork is some of the most stunning in the game, from luminous wings to awesome mythic armors. And of course, I won't be talking about angels without mentioning the most famous angel of all, Avacyn, Angel of Hope. She's indestructible, awe-inspiring, and the face of angelic power and magic. And my favorite of all the angels, by the way. That's why I made this video, detailing the creation and tragic end of Avacyn. Go watch it. Angels aren't just creatures in MTG. They're symbols of Magic's beauty, creativity, and storytelling. I guess this is Magic's way of saying, oh, I believe there are angels among us. I have another pack of Innistrad. Listen to this first. Oh, that sounds so good. Alright, my friends. Time to see what's on this pack. First one is a mech dog. Second is a prison for that mech dog. Oh, look, it's you after downing 10 bottles of beer. Shrek's home base. An Assassin's Creed wannabe. A zombie chick with a golden fart. A psychopath woman burying the body of a dead man. Ew. My Amazonian neighbor giving me a smoke signal for a barbecue. Me after eating too much barbecue and burger. Me after getting a stroke from eating too much barbecue and burger. My guardian angel making fun of me after eating too much barbecue and burger. Okay, time to check what's valuable here. A mansion? My ex-girlfriend trying to trample me with her horse. My ex-girlfriend's family trying to look for me to beat me up. And no Sorin, no Gisela. Man, this is sad. Change of fortune. What if you were given the chance to reshape your game's future? Will you take this chance? Or squander it by discarding what you already have and wasting the opportunities coming in? This is my MTG card, Change of Fortune. It offers you the opportunity to reshape the fate of your MTG battles. Its mana cost is 1 red and 3 of any color. It comes from the set Innistrad Crimson Vow. Card type is sorcery. Card rarity is rare. It's legal in Commander, Historic, Legacy, Modern, Pioneer, Timeless, Vintage formats. And one notable ruling for this card. Change of Fortune counts cards you discarded this turn for any reason, not just cards you discarded as part of the resolution of this effect. Change of Fortune is a spell born from the chaos ravaging Innistrad, during an era when unforgiving violence enveloped the land and the people. Yet, also an era when those clever enough to adopt could survive the shocks of the Dark Night. Prophecies became unreliable, old truths crumbled, and new paths formed in an instant. This card captures that exact Innistrad lore, the dying of hope and the power gained when one chooses to discard the old beliefs and embraces whatever comes next. Or simply, from the card itself, discard your hand, then draw a card for each card you've discarded this turn. What seems like a loss when discarding your entire hand becomes an opportunity when drawing a new hand. Every card discarded into the graveyard, usually the useless cards, is renewed with a fresh possibility of opportunities and gameplay gained from the newly drawn cards. But this card's ability can be both an opportunity from a loss if you're a necromancer. Then this card becomes doubly powerful. Then new cadaver cards also mean fresh opportunity if you play from the graveyard. In decks built around madness, flashback, or graveyard recursion, this card almost feels like cheating fate itself, turning every discarded card into a secondary resource. OP in the hands of a capable necromancer. A change of fortune doesn't happen by chance. Winners in game and in life are those brave enough to let go of what's unnecessary and draw boldly into the unknown. Victory belongs not to the player who clings to a failing plan, but to the one who reshapes their destiny mid-game, trusting that the next hand might be the hand that will win this war against the darkness.
Oh, look, it's a full moon! I think this is a sign to open a new pack of Innistrad! Alright, I'm still hunting for Soren and Gisela, but before anything else, listen to this. I'm not sure if they open it. Turn it on. Yeah, that still sounds so good. Anyway, yeah, I'm still trying to look for Soren and Gisela, because I really want to complete my binder containing all the main characters of Innistrad. Or at least those characters that had something to do with what happened in Innistrad. Here we go. Oh, by the way, this would be the last pack I got from the LGS in my area. They already ran out of Innistrad packs and I think they don't want to open another box of Innistrad Remastered. So basically this is the last pack. Because I was really planning to open a pack on December 25 because who knows, maybe during that day I'm gonna be very lucky and finally pull a Gisela or a Soren Markov. Alright, let's see what this pack has to offer. It's Lenny Kravitz cosplaying as a vampire. A group of men riding their horse going to a Christmas party.
Sorry. You know, the moon is lucky. So there's this one card I really want. I got the card. Remember the card you got me before? That's the grandfather. I have his grandson.
Whoa, I got Soren. Ooh, finally. Ooh.
This is my card, Forced Spike. Forced Spike is a 1 mana instant that counters a target spell unless its controller pays 1 mana of any color. This card is a sharp, cheap tempo play. To simplify, this is what this card means. A. It only costs 1 blue mana to cast. B. It counters the opponent casting spell. Opponent can pay that 1 mana cost requirement, so he or she can cast their spell, but it also means that the opponent will be wasting resources, which could affect battle plans and gameplay. And C. This card can ruin an opponent's tempo and timings, which is a big deal in game. Think of casting being delayed, wasted resources, or even tilting an opponent because he or she cannot cast spells normally. Its brief flavor text reads, "I don't think so." In this video, I am not trying to diss blue players. I am also using blue in my Sephiroth deck, by the way. But I just want to express my admiration for the color blue MTG cards. Blue players are not evil players. You guys are just too good in giving other players tilting damage and enjoy prolonging games. Like, I try to cast something cool, and immediately I hear the blue player say, "In response, bruh." Suddenly, my entire play collapses. With just 1 or 2 or 3 or even 4 and 5 blue counter plays, my entire dream of vanquishing a dreadful blue opponent turns into steam. All the while, the blue player smiles atop their ivory tower, laughing maniacally inside, while also countering, denying, and drawing cards like royalty as they watch my side of the battlefield collapse. Oh, they also enjoy watching players lose hope. Blue players always seem to have card draw abilities which offers them with the perfect answers against any form of threats. That's very annoying, you know. The blue players also have the power to stall the game. Nothing is wrong with that, right? Nothing is wrong with a 60 to 120 minutes or more of casual games of MTG. That's just fine, right? And you know, while they're stalling the game, the blue players already have gathered enough game-winning cards in conditions and slapped that on our faces. Bro, I admit I am somewhat of an aggro player, and experiencing this firsthand has made me a millionaire in frustration points. Playing against a strong blue deck always made me feel useless. Well, I haven't felt this useless since my dad told me I am useless. Well, I can just play blue color, you know? Yes, I can do that. But I am not a psycho, and I also enjoy flavor in my deck. So that's blue for ya. No wonder why in most of the EDH posts and blogs I read, blue players are almost always eliminated first. Because other players sometimes also just want to have sincere fun. And to be able to tell the blue player, "I don't think so." Hey yo, it's almost Christmas, and it's time to open a new pack of Innistrad. Lucky for me, the LGS here opened up a box of Innistrad Remastered, but before anything else, listen to this. Oh yeah, that sounds so good. But yes, the LGS where I buy Innistrad packs finally decided to crack a box of Innistrad Remastered. So, a lot of us bought quickly packs for ourselves. I'm still hunting for Gisela, Angel Gisela, to finally complete my lore storybook of the main characters of Innistrad. So, Gisela, my love, please show yourself in this pack. Come on, you can do it. Let's go. Oh look, it's a zombie Yogi Bear trying to chase you because you smell so bad. Your ex-girlfriend cosplaying as a scarecrow so she can finally hunt you down. It's Timu Legolas trying to shoot down monster bats. It's you bullying your young brother after he accidentally deleted your NBA 2K account. It's you again praying to storm gods for them to help you get back your NBA 2K account. Token card. Now we can see if I got Gisela in this pack. Since I am in a public place and I cannot make noise, here's my reaction deep inside me. Oh yeah, let's go! It's Edgar Markov again! Yeah! This is my second Edgar Markov card! Yeah, let's go! Woo! Yeah! Oh, it's a dragon! Ah! It's much bigger than my dragon down there! Woo! Let's go! Ha ha ha! Woo! It's a Liliana Vest wannabe! She can never reach the level of my love Liliana Vest! Woo-hoo! And a book. The Muse Journal. But this is the pool in this pack. This pack is a god pack at least 3 years ago. Merry Christmas, everyone. This is my MTG card, Last Breath. It's one of the many cards in Magic the Gathering that shows what life is and how it is treated in the many different planes of the game. It's a white instant card costing 1 white mana and 1 generic mana. Its ability text reads, remove target creature with power 2 or less from the game. Its controller gains 4 life. And the flavor text reads, the river flows, my soul returns. This card's illustration is by D. Terlizzi, and it depicts a white glowing spirit rising from a fallen body of a dead man. The spirit rising up looks up and is about to follow a golden light coming from above. This illustration visually represents death's moment and the release of life from a dead body. From the ability and flavor text and the art of the card, this is how white mana identity typically deals with life. Exile, give life, serene artwork. Life is valued and life is to be protected. This is a general characteristic of the white mana identity. But what about the other colors of MTG? How do they treat with life? Both for the card's life and for the Planeswalker's life. And I am not talking about Planeswalker's cards here. I meant you, the player. As mentioned, for white mana, life is valued. It is treated as communal and it deserves to be protected. Prioritizing order, healing, and collective survival is observable. For blue color, it views life analytically, seeking improvement, control, and understanding rather than reverence to life. For black color, it treats life as a resource, willingly and easily sacrificing life for power, ambition, immortality, and victory. For red color, it sees life as fleeting but full of passion and energy, embracing emotion and their hasty impulses, and giving importance to freedom, whether in their plane or on the battlefield. And for green color, it reveres life and sees it as part of nature, that all life is interconnected, believing that growth and instinct is what defines life. What about the colorless mana identity? Well, these guys are very weird and very scary. They don't see life the same way as the 5 main color identities. For the colorless mana identity, life is just an accidental creation in this vast world of Magic the Gathering. Life is nothing more than just a resource to be used up. Life is neither sacred nor corruptible in this colorless identity. For this group, life is simply a matter, an energy, a resource meant to be used up like oil in the ore mined from underneath. Bruh. Now, what about you, the Planeswalker? Who are you in this vast multiverse? What color identity do you identify with? What color influences your strategies, your libraries, and your personal judgment, both in-game and in real life? Are you one that protects? Are you one that controls? Or are you one that consumes? This is my card, Bloodpet. It's a black creature with 1 black mana for cost. It's a summon thrall type with 1/1 power and toughness respectively. The art card by Braum shows this tattered golden brown critter, which seemingly looks like a critter created from sewn body parts. Its facial expression is what's bothering me. It gives off the same look my cats give me, innocent, fun, and playful. Compare it to the other version. This version of Bloodpet looks like one nasty, dangerous croc. Bloodpet's ability reads, Sacrifice Bloodpet. Add 1 black mana to your mana pool. Play this ability as a mana source. For this version of Bloodpet, its flavor text reads, You are wrong, Volrat said. I do not hate the living. They often prove quite useful to me. And then he laughed. This flavor text describes how disposable Bloodpet is in the eyes of a heartless black villain. For this alternate art Bloodpet card, its flavor text reads, No thrall has ever been burdened with a long life. This simply tells us that Bloodpets are just for sacrifice, that the mage should give the gift of death to these creatures so as not to burden it with long life. So basically, Bloodpet is a tiny creature with a grim fate and a simple purpose. That is, they are to be created to be sacrificed for mana, or sacrificed for any other sacrificial acts that needs sacrifice. Bloodpet's creation is often from stitched parts, or they are grown through forbidden magic, usually by black-aligned individuals. Bloodpets only exist to obey, to be sacrificed and disposed of, or to perform unpleasant tasks that their masters don't want to do. Bloodpet's lore is mirrored in the game. Bloodpet's purpose is efficient for black deck players. That's the tragedy for this little critter. Born to die, so its masters can harvest it for its mana. Maybe for this Bloodpet version, the mage can easily sacrifice it because it does look monstrous. But then, you have this version, painted by Braum, with this little critter's face looking scared and innocent. This small creature never had a choice once it came to life. It is created without free will. So, if something is alive, fearful, obedient, and aware, Does it deserve purpose beyond sacrifice? Do created beings have the right to exist for themselves, not merely as tools? Blood Pet's sad existence quietly suggests players to think, whose life has more value? What is the worth for each life? Sad Blood Pet. Oh my goodness, these packs are becoming harder and harder to come by. This is why you have to be kind to shopkeepers so they will keep packs for you. Anyway, listen to the sound first. Bro, that always sounds so good. Okay, time to check what this pack has to offer. First card is our friend Gandalf. This card is about the love story between an elf and a man. Ew, Leechcraft! Frodo suffering the effects of being stabbed by the Morgul blade. An 80s rock star trying to be cool in 2025. Blindfolded Legolas and Gimli not wanting to see this 80s rock star. Galadrimbo. And a basic land. Come on, pack. Alright, behind this art card are beautiful cards I want to have. Let's see. Oh, I totally forgot about the food token. Behind this food token are the cards I want to have. Let's see. Oh my goodness. It's that scene where Gollum, Smeagol, murdered his cousin Deagol for the ring. Whoa, that is so fun. It's not rare, but wow, I love it. Rangers of Ithilien, and then a Samwise Gamgee feature card, and then Gimli receiving gifts from Galadriel. This looks cool. I already got some of them, but yeah, this is nice. Most of them are gonna go to my collection story binder, but this one for me is the pool. If you became a hero by ending a long war, by showing mercy to your enemy, only for your allies to destroy all of those people you showed mercy upon, would you still be able to see yourself as a hero? This is my card, War Priest of Thune. The man depicted here is named Santos. War Priest of Thune is a white color, 2-mana creature, human cleric. Its ability reads, when this creature enters, you may destroy target enchantment. Santos grew up with war raging around him. Santos was fighting for the kingdom of Thune. Sometime during the end point of the war, an adult Santos found himself defeating in fight an elderly man and is now deciding whether to end this elderly man's life or not. Santos was not aware during that moment, but this elder man was a man known as the Eastern Kingdom's Sun King. But to Santos, just another enemy he needs to end. The Elder Sun King offered Santos a magical ring called the Ring of Satrid in exchange for sparing his life. Santos was not aware of what was offered to him, nor where the ring came from. All he thought was the ring would look beautiful as a gift for his wife once this war is over. So, he agreed to spare the Elder King's life in exchange for the ring. The people of the East Kingdom rejoiced. The Easterners called Santos, Santos the Merciful. Did Santos care? Not really. All he thought was, wow, this ring is going to be pretty on my wife. After being spared, the Elder Sun King ordered his men to lay down their weapons, so the Eastern people did. Once disarmed, all of Thune military saw that as an opportunity and used it to slaughter the Easterners while they were all defenseless. The Eastern Kingdom was totally annihilated. Thune celebrated this as a major victory and saw Santos as a hero. The destruction of the Eastern Kingdom shocked Santos. Santos himself was ruined inside. When the war was over, instead of giving the ring to his wife as intended, Santos kept the ring as a reminder of what happened to the Eastern Kingdom. Years passed. Santos moved to a monastery in the mountains to become a monk. He still is haunted of the memory of the kingdom far to the east. Santos knew his heroism was one fat lie. So, when at last he could not take it anymore, Santos decided to drink a bottle of poison he had bought. He wanted to end it all, finally giving himself rest. He went to bed, hoping to never wake up again. Unbeknownst to him, the ring that he owns, the ring that was gifted to him by the Elder Sun King, the Ring of Sathrid, was not a common ring. It was a demon's ring, a ring that gave the wearer protection from death. So, Santos, to his surprise, even unsure of why he was still alive, has to suffer again the haunting of his past. Depressed Santos wanted nothing else right now except darkness. that is blacker than black. What should be the punishment for the prideful and the arrogant, the betrayer and the cheater? We can know from the lore surrounding this card, Heliod's punishment. Heliod's punishment is a white enchantment aura with a mana cost of 1 white mana and 1 of any color. Heliod was one prideful sun god. He didn't like the idea that other lowly beings could reach the same status of godhood. So, one day, when a satyr named Xenagos found a cheat code on how to become a god, basically just gain tons of devoted followers, Xenagos ascended to godhood. This irked Heliod. This was blasphemy. Nay, an insult to Heliod. He got scared because he realized that gods are easily replaceable. So, he sent his champion, the beautiful Elspeth, to destroy Xenagos, and she succeeded. But the fact that Xenagos ascended at all to godhood haunted Heliod. To a degree, he became paranoid. He thought,
Wait, what if my people looked up to Elspeth more than myself? She would surely take my place in the pantheon and become God herself.
Afraid of this possibility, Heliod betrayed Elspeth and struck her down using her own weapon against her, killing her and casting her into the underworld to be forgotten forever. Later on, Heliod's paranoia became stronger. Afraid of losing power, Heliod waged a war against the other gods. The powers spent during this war were so great it created a rift in the underworld, creating a passageway for those in the underworld to escape. Deep in the underworld, Elspeth heard of this rift. With a weapon created from her own trauma and belief, the Shadow Spear, Elspeth ultimately escaped the underworld. She started hunting for Heliod. People and allies saw Elspeth. They believed in her. They adored her. They became devoted to her. And because of this devotion, Elspeth became stronger. Much stronger than Heliod, the sun god, effectively defeating this paranoid god. Elspeth became a shining champion once again. What of Heliod? The defeated sun god found himself in the underworld, bounded by chains beneath a giant boulder that almost looked planetary in size, where he would suffer for all eternity carrying it, until his worshippers above have forgotten about him. Heliod's pride and treachery was the cause of his downfall. MTG is full of powerful creatures with powerful magic and weapons. Players love them. They fill their decks with it. But of course, Wizards of the Coast designed and printed cards that, let's say, are humble in power and weapons, but are still quite useful in the hands of a capable Planeswalker. This is my card, Shepherd of the Flock. A 2-mana white creature, human peasant with a very humble ability and character design. This guy is from the plane of Eldraine, a world inspired by Arthurian legends, stories, and characters. But, as you can see, our guy is neither of Arthurian nobility, nor is he a legendary creature. He's just a humble peasant. But does this really stop him from becoming a hero? His flavor text reads, "Not all heroes carry swords." The card design is by Drew Baker, which depicts a man wearing a cape. On him is what looks like a sheep on his shoulders as he traverses a cliff under the dark foreboding clouds, which is implying danger. The man doesn't look scared, and instead, with a tight grip, is holding not a sword, not a shield, not a blasting weapon, but he is holding what I can simply describe as a walking staff. He is simply trying to bring this sheep on his shoulder to safety with nothing but his cape and his walking staff. What's special about this humble peasant creature? First, for 1 white mana, the humble hero can play Usher to safety. His ability text reads, "Return target permanent you control to its owner's hand, then exile this card." This means that Shepherd of the Flock can be used to save any permanents you control by bringing it back to the safety of your hands, away from the threats that your opponent brings. The same way he is carrying his sheep away from the dangerous terrain and dark weather. Since his ability is an instant, his Shepherd becomes quite useful during board wipes or any other card destruction plays. What's also great about his humble ability is that you can save one of your creatures with ETB abilities so you can cast it again. and gain its ETB ability for a second time during your next turn. And while in exile, Shepherd of the Flock can be cast as a creature with a respectable power of 3 and humble toughness of 1. This peasant creature comes standing in the battlefield with just enough power to face the creatures of your opponent. Generally speaking, Shepherd of the Flock shines in decks built around blink, enchantments, or value creatures. It combos beautifully with other cards that finds this card also valuable. That's Shepherd of the Flock. Even in decks full of mythical creatures and magic, this humble peasant can still stand toe-to-toe against them. It's not loud, it's not colorful, it is humble, and quietly, it carries with it a heroic game-saving play. Not all heroes carry swords. On the horror plane of Innistrad, one would think that people here would take safety seriously. That humans will not joke around about monsters and murder, so they can keep tabs on the real monsters and murder. But you have this guy, a prankster thirsty of attention, pranking other humans, shouting murders, enjoying people's annoyance through his nuisance, just like nuisance YouTubers and streamers of today. This is my MTG card, Panic Bystander. He is a white creature, human peasant card on its face side, and can transform into the black creature, human rogue card named the Cackling Culprit on the backside. His mana cost is 1 white mana and 1 generic mana. His ability text reads, whenever Panic Bystander or any other creature you control dies, you gain 1 life. At the beginning of your end step, if you gained 3 or more life this turn, transform Panic Bystander. This ability reflects this guy's lore. Gain something from the misery of other creatures. And once transformed, Cackling Culprit's ability text reads, whenever Cackling Culprit or any other creature you control dies, you gain 1 life. Pay 1 generic mana and 1 black mana. Cackling Culprit gains Death Touch until end of turn. This ability further explains his lore, that he really gains more when he shows his true colors. More benefits from the misery of other creatures, and will cause death to the opponent trying to deal with this nuisance prankster. Panic Bystander screams and points dramatically at absolutely nothing, convincing the townsfolk that there's a big bad wolf there or here or there. That's exactly his lore. His flavor text reads, "Help! There's been a murder!" This is him pranking the townsfolk. A prank that gets the townsfolk running around trying to make sure everybody is safe. Bells ring, torches light, rumors spread fast. By the time the townsfolk come to investigate, they find nothing, wasting their time and energy that could have been spent defending the town from the real horrors of Innistrad. You don't want to be neighbor with this guy. And when he finally shows his true colors as the Cackling Culprit, he makes fun of the townsfolk and tells himself, "Ha! They fall for it every time." He just doesn't care about the real danger at all. False alarms are not harmless pranks. They are invitations to disasters and nuisance that this guy is willing to give his fellow humans. He is quite annoying, like those nuisance streamers annoying people in Japan. But actually, there's a good lesson from this card. That maybe the real danger is not what lurks out in the dark, but the real danger comes from those that can manipulate fear to control the people. This is my MTG card, Phyrexian Gargantua. It's a black creature card, costing 2 black manas and 4 generic mana to cast. Its ability text reads, when this creature enters, you draw 2 cards and you lose 2 life. A typical characteristic of Phyrexians. Use Vitality in exchange for benefits. And its flavor text reads, other Phyrexians have nightmares about the Gargantua. A typical Phyrexian lore. Even among their kindred, Phyrexians fear the monsters up the food chain. The art of the card is illustrated by Carl Critchlow, which depicts a gigantic, crab-looking Phyrexian brute created from what looks like a combination of rusting iron plates that eerily looks like rusting flesh. Its predatory mouth has long, sharp teeth depicted as if grinning. Its eyes are glowing white through a thin veil of fog. Its 2 massive pincer-like claws grabbing 2 smaller creatures as if ready to bring it to its mouth. And the environment where this Gargantua is causing horror gives off this industrial, oily, smoggy, and dirty feel. Typical Phyrexian horror, organic yet metallic, and horrific. Phyrexians are nightmarish beings who believe perfection is achieved by erasing individuality and merging the flesh with metal through a process called completion. Example, this behemoth, which probably was a thing of a flesh, merged with metal and reshaped into something alien and destructive. What makes these Phyrexians scary is that, despite some of them looking like mindless brutes, they are actually quite cunning, treacherous, ruthless, and calculating, all for the purpose of serving the greater goals of Phyrexia. They expand territories and subjugate other creatures through infiltration of governments and of worlds. They corrupt the mind and the soul of those conquered, and they force them to undergo the process of completion. If you are a prisoner and you wish to survive the Phyrexian horror, all you must do is to accept the gift of completion. Completion is a process where organic bodies are reshaped, rebuilt, and remade into something. Something industrial, something mechanized, something metallic, and something oily. The subject's heart and mind are stripped of autonomy and will, until the subject becomes nothing more of the original creature. Once completed, you might be granted the honor of joining the ranks of other completed creatures. To do what? To help spread the gift of completion through forced unity and mechanized domination. Hope that you'll end up in the higher ranks of Phyrexians, because if not, you will have to fend off hundreds and hundreds of horrific creatures such as this guy at the bottom of the food chain. This is Phyrexia. All will be one.